Welcome back, guys, to the Entre Nos Podcast. I'm Evelin, and my co-host is
Alondra.
And today is Wednesday. Today is an off day, actually, for us, because we don't really record. It's rare. It's normally always Mondays.
Monday mornings.
Yeah. So why couldn't you this Monday?
So Monday, I had a hair appointment to try.
Oh, yeah. Your hair? Tienes fix your headphones porque se te paró acá.
Right here?
Uh-huh.
Right here.
I just saw it. No. Go like this. And then put him back. There you go.
That's better?
Yeah, that's better.
So I had a hair appointment so that I could see if I like my hair for my wedding, right?
So how are you doing? Updo or down? Or like an updo or is it down? Or you don't want to say? It's a surprise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because Kike listens.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Kike
Blocks him.
Blocks him for the episode.
I know.
Yeah. So
did you like it?
I really loved it.
Really?
Yeah. And after that, I went straight to Harwin to look for accessories, right? Because I already had my hair done. So I was like, okay, like I need accessories for my hair to see like how everything's going to look, right?
Did you go by yourself?
To get my hair done? Yeah, I did.
And the accessories?
She took forever. She took like 3 hours. But I mean, like we were chit-chatting. We were having a good time. So I didn't mind at all, right?
So you sat on the chair now?
Yeah, I sat on the chair.
Was it weird?
A little bit. Because I'm still used to like, and you talk to me about you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you were the you this time?
Yeah, and I was just like bringing it back to her. You know, like let's talk more about you. So it's good because I mean she's in the same industry that I am in. Mm-hmm. So we were able to relate a lot. She's done my hair a couple times already. So
okay.
Yeah.
Wait, is it from like your place?
Like no, where I work at. She lives in Chatterview, so it's at her house. Yeah. Her name's Doris, so shout out to her.
Shout out Doris.
Hairstyles by Doris.
So wait, let's back it up a little bit. So you did like it. So did you go to get your accessories by yourself?
Yes.
Why didn't you tell me? I would have gone with you.
Really? On a Wednesday?
On a Monday.
I mean, on a Monday? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, because the reason I couldn't go the only reason.
You were working.
No, not a Monday.
Oh, okay.
Monday. What did I do Monday? No, I didn't work Monday. No.
Yeah,
but I could have gone with you. Yeah, but I didn't know. I figured we didn't record because of your hair appointment, you know. And that was it.
Hey, pero como estaban carreras because that Monday, I had a class to give to when a student. So I
saw that too.
So I was running around. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get my hair accessories. I had to push her class back by an hour. Like I was like, I'm running 1 hour late. So yeah, and I really wasn't. I made it on time to my house, and I took off like my hair because I was not finna show up like that. I was not finna show up
because was it weird that you didn't have makeup done?
Yeah, exactly.
So did you feel ugly?
Yeah, a little bit. I did have my makeup done a little bit for the same fact that I was like, I don't want to look like toda chuntara, you know, like my hair done and then no makeup, like. So
shows up at Harwin.
I know,
with your hair.
The good thing is, like, nobody cares over there. I noticed nobody cares how people look in Harwin.
Probably because you're not the only one that's gone
looking
like
crazy.
That.
Yeah. I never saw anybody like that would look at me. You know, like wait, what?
They probably thought you were a quinceañera.
Yeah, they probably did. They're like, she's a little bit old. A bit too old. Está muy madura. Se ve muy madura esa muchacha. So yeah, and I went home. After that, I went and I gave my class. Started at 6 p.m. Ended at like 10:30.
Did you charge or no?
I didn't charge. So I'm starting to get in the groove, right?
Of teaching,
and I have created como an email for all of my future students that I've had. Like I've been asking them, like, send me your email, like for different people that want me to teach them. So I sent them the email. I haven't sent it to them because I'm not sure.
These are here. I'll read it once we go on a break, so I can.
Because I'm not sure if this is what I want to send though.
Yeah. So wait. So these are students that you met through the classes you used to do, or what?
These are students that I met just on social media. So out of that girl
that they've reached out to you.
Yeah, that I posted. They're like, "What, you're giving classes? Like, I'm interested." And I'm like, "All right, send me your email." So I made that so I can send them to them. Yeah.
You have a booking site, don't you?
But I don't have a booking site for
students. Is it like literally? Is it just booking site? You can't add like an email inquiry or something.
Yeah, I could actually.
Yeah, I'm saying so like that you don't have to grab their email through DMs, and it's just like a smoother transition. Like you can just add that like a contact, like that about me or the contact us. You can just put
email me or whatever.
Interested in and learning, you know, or barber
and for
class,
them to put in their email,
and then they can put their information.
Yeah,
what they're you know what they're interested in. Right. You know?
I do like the whole social media thing because I can go to their page and see what they're doing. Who are they? You know.
Yeah. Well, you can probably put that on there.
Like give me your ad,
your Instagram, and then they put their ad. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying it'll be smoother, but like that's
I guess it's more professional to do it that way.
I think it'd be more organized. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I see you have that in one place instead of your DMs. You know. But I think it's cool though. I'm glad you're stepping into that zone.
Educating now.
Yeah. Imagine if you were to start doing this thing where once you open up, I don't know, this is just a crazy idea, right? Mm-hmm. Like I think if I were to be a barber and I started teaching people, it depends, right? Because you could do like different things. You could charge to teach them, or you can do like a contract where it's like, look, I'll teach you for free, but you can rent out of my studio. Mm-hmm. And then I don't know how it works.
Eventually, that's what's gonna happen.
That'd be really cool, no?
I've told Kike, like, whenever I start leasing out suites that I want to be able to get together like on Mondays, maybe like twice a month. Yeah, and then teach them. Yeah, get them to teach marketing, how to retain clients,
all that how to
stuff. Manage your business.
Yeah, I think that'd be really cool.
Mm-hmm. But all of that will be for free for the ones who lease out suites for me.
Yeah, for sure. That's dope. Like, I think that's very exciting. Like,
yeah, I mean, porque like, de que sirve like to die and you didn't share anything you obtained throughout the years.
Well, I think that's another reason why I really enjoy doing the podcast, because I feel like we throw out a lot of gems.
You're not gatekeeping,
Yeah, we don't, like, at all, like, we preach on that so much, like, and people ask us, hey, here's the link. Yeah. This is how you can get your podcast started. This is what we use.
This is our Amazon link.
This is our Amazon link. Check it out, in the description below. But yeah, I mean, there's just no reason. I mean, cuando te mueres no te llevas nada.
Exactly. So it's like, just share it, dude. Like, ¿qué te cuesta? Like, they're not, if they ever do become better than you, it's because echan más ganas.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I agree. But obviously, there is also, it's to an extent. Tampoco les puedes dar todo en la boca.
Oh, exactly.
You know what I mean? There's a limit. Like, for us, I feel like if they asked about the podcast, well, look, this is what we use,
Yeah. You're not going to be giving them,
I'm not going to be like, well,
the contacts.
You have to.
Of like, here, this is the person that you want to interview. Like.
Oh, I mean, I don't care. We don't mind connecting people either. But I'm not, I guess my thing is like, if they're like, oh, do you think you could, I don't know, can you get Jessica Lynn to do an interview with us, right? I feel like if that was the case, I'd be like, I can ask her on your behalf, but I'm not going to give you her contact unless she's okay with it. Mm-hmm. But my part of helping you get the connection is I'll reach out to her on your behalf. If she says cool, then I'll give y'all the contact. I don't care. I'm not going to be like, oh no, you can't interview her because we had her. You know what I mean?
You're too nice. I'd be like, you contact her. What the heck?
I think it's just one of those connections.
Like, I have had clients like, oh, can you refer me to another barber, because they couldn't make it to their appointment or I canceled on them. Can you refer me to somebody that you trust? I'm like, here, this is the person that I trust. This is their information. Oh, can you tell them? No.
Okay, no, yeah, that's different.
Like,
no, yeah, that's different because y'all go based off a schedule and appointment. So why would you squeeze in? Why would you try to squeeze in an appointment on another barber for somebody else?
Yeah.
Like for a client.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Yeah. I think for us, it's more of like a connections thing. Like, it's just like, a nosotros no nos quita nada. Like, just.
No, yeah, like then I get what you mean. Like, for me, it'd probably be like, oh, this is a good barber that you want to learn from. This is his contact info. I can reach out to him so he can reach out to you.
Yeah.
Because he's a good barber and I've learned a lot from him.
Yeah, like that. But like, even you tagging the person you're learning from, you're giving them your connection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Ya sería otra cosa. I guess Jessica Lynn probably wasn't a good example. Like I'll see, like with you, right? Mm-hmm. If somebody's like, oh, I want to get Alondra on the, like, okay, like Desiree, right, from Les Vamonos, when she's like, oh yeah, I want to get her on, and I was like, you should, you should reach out to her.
And she never did.
I was like, you should. I think she might go to our event, so she might be there. But we were also supposed to go to her event.
I'm gonna be like, and you need to talk to me.
Remember? We were supposed to go to her event, but we didn't. We'd end up. I think you were doing something, and I was end up doing something. Event, right, no, it was a big turnaround. Really? I mean, a big turnout. Like, it was a big event. Yeah.
She wasn't planning for like it to go that way.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't really know, but I heard it was a really good event. But we didn't get a chance to go, and that's the chance that I wanted to introduce you to her. Right. You know. But me introducing you is where I'm sharing my connection of you with her, right? Otra fuera, I'm like, no, like, you know, like, but nah.
You're like, no,
but then again,
I want to be on it first.
Because when she told me she would want to get you on, right? So I was like, yeah, go for it. Like, she'd be a really good guest for you to have on. And I also think we're like that because, but I'm not gonna also give a contact if it was somebody like just fucking random and just like, hey, I want to get Alondra. I'm just like, I would tell you, but then I'd be like,
you want to kidnap her?
I'd be like, well, why don't you reach out to her? Yeah, you know, like, I don't even know you, like, you know what I mean, like that. But I also feel this is the reason why I think like this is because we've been offered a lot of connections, you know, but we, for the most part, we don't take them. You know, because we like to reach out ourselves and
to the person
so it can be an organic relationship, right? You know, I mean, I feel like if we want somebody, right, let's say person A, and we want person A, but somehow we got person B and C on our podcast. Once we reach out to person A, she'll be able to see, oh, well, these people are legit because they already had B and C.
Okay,
But B and C probably already told us, hey, we can help y'all get person A. And we'll be like, it's okay. Like, we like to kind of work for it in a way. You know, or build the relationship.
We can. Yeah.
And I'm sure there's been some guests that have been told, like, oh, y'all should get on.
So how do you know it's time to reach out to somebody? Like, how do you know, like, okay, I feel confident enough to reach out to them?
I don't think I really care. Me and Roland, I don't think we care based off how many followers they have.
Okay.
If that's what you're asking.
No, I'm asking more so like, do you give them, like, do you first expose yourself to them? Like saying like, okay, I'm liking their posts so that they can see that I'm on their feed, and then I'm comfortable with reaching out to them. Or it's like, I don't care if like you've never seen me on your feed and I've never liked any of your posts, I'm still reaching out.
We wouldn't. You see, the people we reach out to is people that we probably followed and see how they hustle and how committed they are to what they're doing. Like, we're not gonna just reach out and not even follow you. ¿Me entiendes? Como it's either I'm following on my personal account, Roland's following on his personal, or we're following you through Studio. Okay. So from one of these 3 pages, or all of the pages that Roland has, you know, if we follow you on one of these pages and we see you, you know, we see your hustle, your commitment to your craft and all that, you know, we're gonna reach out. Okay. You know, we're not gonna reach out to like a random, like, right. You know,
like I just followed you yesterday. Now I'm gonna reach out to you. No, you have to be able to like see.
But don't get me wrong. I guess no. I think all of ours we've been following for a while. We see what they have going on. You know, like with Daniela.
You know who I think would be so cool?
Whom?
Houston Hotspots or Hotspots Houston.
Oh, the couple?
Yeah, and the
it's a couple, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had Daniela, the Houston Foodies one.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Like, I was going to use her as an example. Like, Daniela, I've been following Daniela for years. Like, she's the girl, it girl. She's the Houston Foodies girl, you know? So, I think she's like the OG one.
So crazy because she won't really post herself, huh?
She does the little...
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I mean, Daniela's cool as fuck. She's really, really cool.
She keeps it super sweet.
Yeah. We told her she should do the voice thing because she's so like
outspoken and
she's so
jittery,
funny.
Giggly.
Yeah. I was like, dude, if you did that, you'd be like popping off like a lot more. I mean, she already does really well, you know. And but Daniela, we had been following her. You know, we reached out once. I'm assuming it must have got lost in her DMs porque nunca lo vio, you know. So then one time Roland commented, hey, we sent you a DM, check it out. And then she replied back.
She's like, spam, block.
And no, she checked it out and she ended up finding, like,
you know how like
us. Yeah. I sent you a DM. Yeah. And so we did that, and then she ended up seeing it. Roland got the number, created a group message. Because once we have your number, we have the group message
Yeah.
and we start talking about
But it's
dates and
Studio
stuff.
1017.
Sometimes we do the back and forward through Instagram, but we like having the number because it's
Right.
more personal.
Yeah.
Girl, you don't understand when I had to send out the invite to our guests for the event. So shout out to everybody who
forever.
pulled up. I had to go back. I'm so bad at saving numbers. I had to go back and put like Chris, Daniela,
And look at the messages and get their
look
number.
yeah, because Roland or me, whoever got the number, would be like, "Hey, what's up, Daniela? This is Evelin and Rollie, blah 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 blah." So we put their name, right?
Yeah.
So I would have to look up the name. I had to write all our guests down per episode, and then I wrote down like, all right. Basically, if they replied back, I would say yes, no, no, you know, or maybe if they are RSVP'd, you know. And I was like, oh my god, I had to go through all my messages, and then I realized that I was missing from like 2022, like a certain amount of like months of messages were gone on my phone. Like I don't know, like that was super weird. And so Roland got me like a few numbers.
Yeah, IG does that.
No, on my text messages.
Really?
Yeah. I was missing like a bunch of numbers, you know, maybe like 10 out of all our guests. So then Roland gave me the ones that I was missing. But pretty much, I think from the people we have here, I want to say maybe...
That's crazy. Ya casi lo llenan 2 more rows.
I know. I think maybe...
What is it? Uniman? Or what is that?
It's double-sided tape.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I want to say like maybe 10 of our guests are... 10 to 15 of our guests are probably not going to pull up.
Why?
Some are out of town and
Okay.
some have like other events already
Dude,
scheduled.
is this broken?
Yeah, that's broken.
Oh, okay. ¿Por qué no lo pones aquí too?
It's missing two guests. And that time we did
Take a picture?
We had Friday and Saturday recordings that one time, and the camera se había acabado el film.
Yeah.
So I didn't take it for that Friday or Saturday.
Take a film and just put their IG on it.
No, I have to take their picture. One of them is pulling up, so we told him we were going to take their picture at the
okay.
event. And then the other one, I have to like get
Just
him.
catch, yeah, just catch him.
Because no, he's not going to make it to the event. But yeah, that's the only reason why it's like that. It's been bothering me, but...
Yeah, it bothered me. I'm like, what? Why is that like that?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it's pretty cool, but why were we talking about that? About the reaching out, right? But for the most part, if I want somebody, I'll reach out to them.
Okay.
I think I've only been told either I've been just left on red or because that happens, guys.
Yeah.
We get left on red.
You have to be realistic.
We get left on red. The message is never seen. Because especially if it's somebody that you follow but they don't follow you back, and they have a big following, then that means that they're not even going to see the message because they don't follow you. So you know how Instagram does that
like
stuff?
It's like request or something like that.
Yeah.
You get requested.
Yeah. So then we either get told, I think there's this one girl that I really want to bring on just because I think it's dope what she has going on. Alexia.
I don't know.
She does like fitness and workouts.
Oh, wow.
Alexia Fit or something like that. I think that's I'm sorry if that's like not right. But Alexia, she's somebody I had reached out to. I reached out to her and Stephanie.
Yeah,
they're
I know
both
who she is.
they both do like the fitness thing, right? And I really want to get one of them, you know, but one of them told me she couldn't because she had something in the works, so she was waiting for that to go through, you know. And this is just real talk, guys. And that didn't happen, right? And then we saw she's like that she wasn't ready, and then I saw that she ended up being on another podcast. But again, me and Roland we're not gonna take it personal because it's whatever, you know. But we haven't reached out since then, right? I've been meaning to reach out just because I want to bring like somebody. I mean, we have Jessica Lynn, but she's not a trainer.
Right.
I want to bring a girl trainer because I'm looking and we have guy trainers, you know. I don't think we have any girl trainers on here, and I would think it'd be dope. So then one of them, I'm sorry. We have Jazzy Fit now.
Okay.
She does that stuff too. But but Jazzy Fit's more like on the bigger level kind of, you know.
Not very local.
No, she's more in Sugarland.
Oh,
she's in
okay,
Sugarland, yeah. And then Steph Fitness and Alexia, they're both more like down here, you know. So I want to bring one of them hopefully soon.
My clients,
one of the other
I
ones
have like
me.
4 clients who saw her episode, and I'm like,
Who, Jazzy Fits?
yeah,
Yeah, the only
does she have Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what they were saying. They were like, you know, she has an OnlyFans.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah, and I was like, what? They're like, yeah, in the episode she talks about it. I'm like, you looked at it?
Yeah, she has an OnlyFans.
Pero, and I was like, so what is it about? Like, what does she do? You know, hombre, they were very like hyped over it, and I was like, but she's married.
Yeah, she does with her dude.
Yeah, and I was
he
like,
was here too.
Yeah,
they're really cool. This is a really cool couple. They've been together 13 years.
Wow.
They're me and Roland's age. Literally, it's like me and Roland.
I know. I did see that part. I didn't finish the
full episode.
The full episode.
Yeah, because I think we get into OnlyFans like towards the end or in the middle of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then one of the other chicks from the Alexia and Steph Fitness, one told me that she couldn't, and the other one told me she was just too shy. Which, I mean, again, when people tell us no, we don't take it personal, you know, because it's just like, okay, well, I mean, if it's not something you're comfortable with, it's cool, you know. But when you're ready, let us know, because we'd be down to sit down and have a conversation with you, you know, because this isn't for everybody.
It really isn't.
And this isn't. I mean, yeah, you guys are watching, but it's not as easy as we make it seem. ¿Me entiendes? Not at least if you're, like, for me, it's easy now.
Yeah.
Pero when it's, like, your first time, you're just, like,
awkward.
And you're like, shit, like, what am I going to do? Honestly, when we got Alondra, I had to buy her a margarita.
I know. I was like, dude, I'm not, like, you know what? I can talk a lot, but I don't know if I can talk.
What am I saying the wrong thing? What if I say the wrong thing? Remember?
What if I say the wrong thing?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's not nothing personal. But we end up reaching out to who we want. We have a list. We still have a list. If our list, we get the people on our list and we just add more, and then it just keeps rotating like that, you know.
That's good.
Just so we can keep track of different type of guests.
Yeah.
You know, like we have a shoe store, another store and another podcast, you know, and then we have GT Garza, he's a rapper, and then we have a DJ coming up. Like, you know, it's just different things. So with that being said, let's go on a quick break, and we'll be back with our anonymous story, guys. Yes. We'll be back. Welcome back. We are back, actually. Did you see our tote bags?
I did. They're so cute. I want one.
Didn't you see I like that it said, welcome back to So Much More. I'm Evelyn, and I'm my co-host is Rollie, and our special guest is. So you can write your name with a Sharpie. So we're going to have Sharpies so you can write your names.
That's so cool. Who thought of that?
Roland.
So as always, right?
My idea was the tote bags.
Yeah.
He has ideas to come up with. My ideas is the logistics. Like, I have to come up with the logistics part of everything, and he can come up with the creative. So we balance each other out perfectly. So I posted it to send us anonymous stories.
Yes, finally.
I know. And we got one. Okay. So guys, don't forget to send your stories, or just tell me or tell Alondra, and we'll share them on y'all's behalf. It doesn't have to be something where you're asking for advice. Just, you know.
Just a story.
Just a story. Like a little ha ha ha, he he he, you know, here and there.
Yeah.
But, all right. This one's in Spanish, guys. Desde joven viví una vida de violencia doméstica de mi padre. Me metí en las drogas y tuve 2 veces para perder la vida por personas que me apuntaron con una pistola. I had an encounter with God and met this beautiful family que me abrieron las puertas de su house. It changed my life around.
Wow.
I know. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I love the Spanglish, like though. Me. It does.
Yeah, like it sounds like my story.
Yeah. Cuando era una desgracia para su familia.
Roland always say you era una desgracia.
Yeah, honestly, thank you for sharing something.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Something so touching, you know, like this, because, I mean, domestic violence is not. Yeah, it's not a joke.
And it doesn't only have to happen from your partner. You know, it could happen from your parents. It could even happen from like your older siblings.
But I wonder how is it gonna? When do you know it's domestic violence and not just being punished for doing wrong?
It's like when they're hitting you, acting like you're their enemy. You can get a little 1-2 pop, but if they're beating you like you're their enemy, that's domestic violence. Yeah, like hasta que se cansen, hasta que ya no puedan ellos, you know, like I can't beat you up anymore.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's violence.
That is wild. It's not funny.
But why would you say that?
No, yeah. Honestly, like it's I'm sorry that you did deal with, domestic violence at a young age, really. And it sucks that whenever sometimes you don't have the guidance in life, or just the will, right? And I say more guidance because, like, for me, I feel I had the guidance, right?
Your grandparents?
Yeah, but when they passed away, like, I feel like I had the guidance at some point in my life where somebody was telling me, don't do this because of this, and in this case, I feel like this person dealt with domestic violence, and because of that, they got on drugs. But the whole transition of dealing with trauma, trying to heal, but instead of healing properly, they went the other route,
right?
Thinking that it was the best route, So my point is, it's just like it sucks, and I think about these people sometimes. I think about the people dealing with something, and I'm just like, damn, I wish like there was a way you could express or give them the guidance, but obviously there's people that are willing to take it and some that aren't, some are just like, nah, I don't care, right. And but thank you for sharing your story. And
so she's talking about God, right? Whenever you were telling me about the people who you have thought about, se me vino a la mente like one time that, like, whenever you've told me that you don't really like sit there and pray, right? Like,
not like
this is my time to pray, right?
No, I pray like
just randomly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when I there was one time that I sat there and I prayed and I like let God guide my thoughts. I saw a vision, right? Just one time. And
like, what do you mean?
Yeah, like I saw something while I was praying. Like, I saw something with my eyes closed.
And then you just like...
And I was like, is that a dream? Am I dreaming right now?
You're like, wait, hold up.
No, at the moment, I'm like, wow. But then, like, when I'm out of it, I'm like, was that a dream? Was I asleep? Like, you get confused.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, did my imagination just played me? Yeah. But this is what I saw, right? In that vision. It was literally like a dream, though. So it was me and my sisters. My fiance was there. My parents were there, and we were in a hall. We were setting up a hall, como like if somebody was getting married, right? And we were putting manteles, white manteles. How do you say manteles in English?
Tablecloth?
Yeah, like tablecloths, just white ones. And we were putting like wine glasses on the tables, and we were serving pasta, and it was like a ballroom, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, and then after that, I remember I walked into the closet. There was a closet in the hall, and there was a lot of suits, like 100 suits, 100 dresses, muchos suits, muchos dresses, right? And then, out of nowhere, I was like, okay, it's time, right? And my fiance opened the doors, and it was nothing but homeless people coming in to have dinner. Like a nice dinner and dress up in suits and dress up in dresses, yeah. But they were gonna have dinner, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what the heck? Yeah, like we were treating them to something nice.
So that was your vision?
That was my vision.
So how do you know it was a vision? Or why did you decide to call it that?
Because I was not asleep. I was praying. Yeah. So I was like, I visioned this.
But
like,
wouldn't it be like a daydream? Because that happens.
Well, daydream is whenever you're like literally with your eyes open, though. You're daydreaming. You're just looking at something. That's daydreaming. You're just looking. You're staring at something.
When you space out.
Yeah, you're daydreaming, but you're not thinking of anything. You're just staring at something.
So te crees that so Raven.
Yeah,
for
something
sure.
like that.
For sure.
For sure. But it only happened to me once, and then I've had other visions, right? That they're more personal. Mm-hmm. Of like my, they're not like they are really personal actually. I've had this one vision. I'm about to get personal with you guys, okay? I've always had this one vision, right? For so many years when I would pray. There was like a table, a long table of people. Mm-hmm. And we were like eating and feasting. And my mom was next to me. a guy that I know from church was next to Jesus. Jesus was
It's
in
like
the
La
table with
Última
us.
Cena.
Yeah, La Última Cena. But it was pitch black around us. That table was
It was the only thing lit up.
the only thing lit up, yeah. And we're all feasting. And then out of nowhere, I would get up. Like, I get up from the table. And I start walking into the darkness.
Like leaving.
Yeah, leaving the table. And... voy a llorar. No es cierto, no voy a llorar.
You see, guys? Ella solita, like...
Yo solita, I take things, like, not so serious, right?
It's not that deep.
It's not that deep. And yeah, I would walk away. I would go into the darkness, right? And in my vision, I would see Jesus whisper to a man that was sitting next to him, would whisper to him, and Jesus would get up. Se ponía como like a long cape, and he would cover his face, and agarraba un bastón, and he would start walking into the darkness, looking for me. Yeah.
And you would see him coming to you?
I would see him, like...
looking for you.
Yeah, and I could hear him whisper my name. Yeah. But I had that vision for so many years.
That is so crazy. And this is when you would pray.
Every time I would pray, yeah. And then I would always, like, be like, well, God, I'm here. You know? Like, I would always be praying, like...
And is that having the visions is como un don, right? Because you know how they say el don de la lengua and stuff
el
like
don
that?
de las visiones, yeah.
It's like a gift, right? That's what they would be called, or how do you call them in English?
Yeah, como un don, yeah.
Like a gift.
Yeah. But I would be like, why is that? Like, why do I always see that?
But it's crazy because maybe you do have ese don, right? Obviously not to get too deep into like the church, and stuff like that. I witness
like spirituality and stuff.
No, como el don de la lengua.
Oh.
Yeah, it was so crazy. Like,
where?
I'm not gonna get into like the problem, right, or like the situation, but it was Roland's mom. Yeah, like I like firsthand like heard her like literally like it was so crazy to me.
Yeah,
like super wild. I was just like,
oh, I thought you were talking in tongues.
No, not me.
His mom was
his mom. Yeah.
At the house?
At the house. Like, basically, it was like there was a situation happening, right? Yeah. Everybody was just really going through it. Like, it was like a big family thing, right? And I remember she was hugging her husband and she was praying, like, over him. Like, he was laying down and she basically, he was hugging her and she was hugging him back. And... like, they were just hugging, and she was just praying.
And then out of nowhere, she started speaking in tongues.
But she started praying so fast. And then I just remember that it was like, como when you pray, like, I don't know if you guys, the people listening, if y'all ever prayed a rosary, basically, like, people get around and you pray the rosary, Some people get far enough where they kneel, and some just stay sitting down, Yeah. So when this is happening, right, that situation, I remember... they were in the living room, and me and Roland's brothers and Roland's uncle were in like the kitchen area. Mm-hmm. Roland's uncle kneeled down as he's hearing the mom pray, right? So then we all kneel down, right?
Mm-hmm. Just like, I guess that's what we're gonna do next.
Yeah, literally, because I was just like, well, he's kneeling down. I'm not gonna be the only dumbass standing up, So everybody kneeled down. So I kneeled down, right? And then I'm just there, and I'm just like listening to her pray, right? Like just asking God and just praying, because Roland's mom does do prayers, like she has her prayer time, and I don't know where she started praying. Like, I didn't understand what she was saying. Like, it's weird, right? And then that's when, like, it was like she honestly, it sounded kind of scary. Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie. Like,
I've experienced it once too.
Yeah, it sounded kind of scary, and I looked at Roland like, Yeah. Like, I just looked at him like, what's going on? Like, I was so like, I think we were all just like, what's going on? We didn't understand it.
Y'all just let it be.
Yeah. Nobody said anything. You know, we didn't even. And afterwards, we told her, you started praying.
And she's like, what? Yeah.
I'm like, you were praying super fast. We didn't understand what you were saying. And she's like, really? And I'm like, we were like, yeah, basically. Like, she didn't even know that was happening.
Como que no estaba consciente.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then that happened to me. I was just like, what's going on? Like, it was crazy,
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I was able to experience that, like, with Roland's family, just something, just something super intimate, And then Roland said that
he's experienced it too.
He's experienced it.
I couldn't stop laughing, dude. And I was like, I couldn't stop laughing when he told me. He's like, all right, me too then. Like, I guess. Guys, so Roland heard somebody in church, right? He was in a retreat.
Yeah.
Everybody had their eyes closed. He said, I think I was blindfolded, bro. You were not blindfolded.
I think he said the lights were off.
Yeah, the lights were off, but he's like, I think we were blindfolded or something. I'm like, no, you weren't, dude. Nope, they're not going to blindfold you at
if
church.
Roland was here right now, he would have been like, well, how do you know? You weren't there.
Yeah, you talk for him.
Yeah. Why are you
him.
talking for me? But yeah, he basically had a retreat. I know he said it was dark and he just, I don't know,
Everybody
he had his eyes
praying.
closed or what. Everybody was praying and then he could hear people like
Speaking in tongues,
you know, and then that he was like something como, oh, I guess I'm going to do it too. And then he started going like...
Oh no, I'm pretty sure God was looking at him like, son, do not
Stop.
Yeah, son,
Desmayate.
rest, find your peace. This is not a battle you want to fight.
It's not funny, right?
Yeah.
It's not.
But you have to be a joyful Christian. You cannot be an amargado, dude.
Yeah.
Like, you have to find joy in these things too. Like, you gotta go to church and find joy in them. Find like laughter in them, because we are very dumb humans. You know, we're very dumb.
Speak for yourself. Please don't speak for me.
And we're very ignorant, like you, with your ignorance of speaking in tongues. You had no idea, right?
I didn't know.
With your ignorance of like, let me kneel down because I don't know, like. Everybody's gonna kneel down, so let me kneel down too, you know? So it's funny.
I don't want to be the only dumbass that, you know?
Yeah, like it's a funny thing.
And you know, like, it's crazy because at church, if you don't go to church on Sunday, you don't really know when you gotta kneel, when you gotta stand. And
you're just like, what?
So it's crazy because the people that sit in the front, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to spit. The people that sit in the front, they know.
Yeah.
So it's just like literally like if they stand up, it's just like standing up.
Everybody's standing up behind them.
Yeah, like it's just like, you know, it's crazy. Like, it's really crazy. But
you start hearing the benches, you know, like they're all falling by row.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But yeah, I just,
we're very glad for this anonymous story.
Yes,
Whoever has
honestly,
sent it, we're very happy for you.
Yeah, I'm happy that you were able to find peace, and I'm happy that God placed that family in your life, because to me, I feel like
God did the same for you.
God did the same for me.
Yeah.
Like, if now as an outsider, dude, I'm beyond blessed.
Yeah.
Beyond blessed to have met Roland and his brothers and his parents and his whole family, really. And because even it's so crazy because my family knows how much Roland's family means to me. Because even my cousin, for her maid of honor speech, she thanked them.
Oh, wow.
She thanked Roland's parents, like, basically, like, thank y'all for
taking
her in.
Yeah.
Especially after she lost my grandparents, you know. Like, it was tough, you know. And and I remember, like, one time me and Roland were, like, really going through it, and I told my uncle, my tío Sergio, right? And he's like a dad to me. Mm-hmm. So then I told him, and he went with me. We talked to Roland's parents, and he told them, like, basically, like, he appreciated them for being there for me, because, you know, after my grandparents passed away, it was like,
who do you have?
Yeah, right? I mean, I was gonna have my mom, but, like, it's not the same, right? And but yeah, when I read this story, honestly, I was just like, I mean, you know, thank God I never really dealt with domestic violence, me personally. Yes, I've seen it, right? Mm-hmm. But I've never dealt with it, so I don't know the trauma that goes behind that, you know.
Right.
But I have, you know,
you have dealt with, like, mourning and leaving, you know, going from a straight path to into a cartu path, and then doing drugs.
So, like, how she said that she almost lost her life twice because at gunpoint. I've never dealt with that, you know. I've only held a gun once in my life, you know, and I didn't like it. And it was just because my dad was showing me, you know, his gun. And you know what I did? Big mistake, guys. If y'all have guns, don't do this, because I did this.
What did you do?
I did it jokingly, but I didn't.
You put it on your head.
No, I didn't do that. No. No. And that's not funny either, right?
Yeah.
That's not
because
funny.
people have done that and they have murdered themselves.
Yeah, and they pass away. And it's not funny. But no, what I did was, I didn't know. I don't like guns. And it's just not for me. I'm not a person that, like, I don't care if you have them.
You'd be okay for Roland to have one, though?
Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. But I'm not one to be able to, I feel like I don't like having that much power in my hands, you know, because a gun's a powerful item, you know. Like,
yeah, you took somebody's life.
Yeah.
Or
so what I did was, you know, quick little lesson for me, porque mi dad me regañó. So basically, he's like, oh, look, he was bringing out his guns. And then I was like, he's like, hold it. And I'm like, no, I don't want to. And then he's like, yeah, hold it. And then I was like, all right, whatever. So I just grabbed it. He's telling me how to hold it. And then my sister's sitting in front of me, right?
You pointed it at your sister?
I pointed it at my sister. I'm like, put your hands up.
No, Evelyn.
My dad was like, don't ever do that. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't even think
there's a bullet in there.
Like, I mean, it didn't, you know, but
either way.
Either way, he's like, you never point a gun at somebody unless you're gonna shoot them.
Oh,
and
I'm very, your dad is very responsible.
I was just like, oh shit.
He could have been like, ha ha ha, yeah, you know, and played along with it. Not because there's no bullets in it, you know, no está cargada.
But I'm glad he told me, because I would have never thought, like, I mean,
obviously I'm
not gonna, if I have a gun, I'm not gonna play with it and be like, put your hands up, Alondra. Like, no, right? But
I walk in here.
Put your hands up, look at my new gun. No. Definitely not, right?
I'm not recording ever with you again.
You just walk at it. No, but yeah, my dad, lesson for me.
Yeah.
You know, me dio una buena regañada, and I was an adult too. Like,
really?
This was like a few years ago.
This was like last week.
Literally like.
This was last week.
No, I already had Milo for sure. I had him. I remember he was a baby, and when that happened, but that was my first time holding a gun. Mm-hmm. But I can only imagine, like, if I did it jokingly to my sister and I got in trouble with my dad,
somebody like pointing it at you,
but
for
somebody
real?
with threatening you with it, like, I can't imagine the fucking fear. Yeah, honestly, like, it's just crazy, you know. And but yeah, I actually, and then I think I held a gun and I shot a gun to the floor. Because my suegro wasn't, like, leaving me alone to shoot one.
Oh, for New Year's?
No, it was just because they were trying it out. Because Ronnie's brothers have guns and my suegro has guns. And I really didn't want to, but they're like, do it. And I'm just like, I don't want to. And then they're like, do it. So I ended up having to shoot it. And I shot it. Like, I was like, I don't like it. Like, I really don't like it. But if Roland got one, cool, right? But yeah, I can't imagine the fear, honestly. So... And then with the encounter with God, and the beautiful family, like, I'm happy that he placed those people in your life. Because maybe you brought joy to them too. Yeah. You never know, you know.
Yeah. Como like how they saw you, right? How Roland's family saw you, like, she needs our help. Pobrecita. Es una desgracia.
No, I don't think they knew until I was in.
Yeah, till you told him, like, dude, like, I'm homeless,
once I started,
right? Basically, like, you were homeless.
I was already with Roland for a few years at that point, you know. But no, but I feel like when I met his mom,
she was homeless.
I was not homeless, guys. When I met his mom, I feel like I'm very open about, like, and when I met Roland, my grandparents had barely passed away. Yeah, and it was barely 2 years. So it was recent for me, you know. And then I shared a lot with them, and she had just lost her dad, you know, at the time. Roland's grandpa passed away the month I met him.
Oh, wow.
And so it was like, I feel like me and her instantly connected.
Both of you guys were, like, in a vulnerable space.
Yeah, I feel like, but she doesn't have a daughter, you know. So I was the girl that came in their life and basically became their daughter, you know. And his brothers would see me like a sister, but I was just dating Roland, you know. So I feel like the connection was just so well. So then they took care of me. We would go to church. We would do family things. They were the safe space for me, you know. So then, it's just, they became, I feel like God did place them in my life because he probably was like, this girl needs
some stability.
Stability. Yeah. And I'm glad that was the case. So, but I know I brought some joy to them too, because, I mean, it's me, you know.
Okay. Clap for that.
Super clap. And before we go on a quick break, I want to just put it out there that if you watch Posted, the C for clap, it was because Alondra came up with that, not Rob, okay? Because they've been using that now.
I know, I heard Rob saying C for clap.
Yeah, and then Ronnie he's like, oh, we should put that like on a sticker and, the C for clap. And I'm like, y'all didn't start that, right? Like, we did. Mm-hmm. And Ronnie or one of y'all got that from us,
Yeah.
Oh, it was Roland. He said, Evelyn says C for clap. And I'm like, yeah, and I got it from Alondra because she's like, oh, I remember it's C for clap,
Because you would be like, you press all buttons. I'm like, Evelyn, C for clap.
Yeah, like that. And so now they do C for clap.
Play it back.
Literally.
Play it back.
But with that being said, guys, we're going to go on a quick break. And we are back. So I have it's kind of like a funny story, but it's really not. But it's kind of funny to me because it's really all my fault that it even happened, right? So when me and my sister were younger, we used to go to the lake house with my grandparents, right? Because we used to have a lake house in Huntsville. So that was our getaway time.
Like vacation time.
Yeah, so we would go on the weekends, vacations,
spring break,
anything, right? We would go over there. And we weren't out of town because we would go out of town a lot. So then my grandpa he loved playing this game called In Between. And it's with a deck of cards. Basically, you have a small card and then a big card. And then it's like you're gambling, really. And then you have a small card and a big card. And if they're like, all right, que te den una carta. If it lands in the middle, then before you do that, you have to bet the amount of money. So you can say, I want all of it.
Oh,
and if it lands in between the two cards, you get all of it, or you pay all of it.
Oh, okay, depending. Yeah.
Depending on your bet, right?
Yeah.
So then we used to play that all the time, right? And I used to always sit next to my grandpa or my grandma because they would pay for me. And then if I won, I keep the money, right? Like that.
Yeah.
Because obviously I was young and I didn't have money. So then I loved playing that game. But it could be like, it would be piles of money, girl, because... just our family, like, my tios, my cousins, like, they would bet. And if you lost, then you have to pay all of it. Like, if it was 200, you have to pay the 2. Now the pile is 4. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. And your grandparents were paying for you.
Yeah. Sometimes, like, I would be playing, and if I had a good hand, my grandpa's like, all of it. And I'm like, all of it? And then if I had money, he'd be like, you go half and I go half, right? Así. And I'm like, all right. So point is, we used to play this game, pero el game siempre empezaba con una cora or like $1, right? It always, like, every round.
And then it escalated.
Because it keeps going up. Because if nobody wins in one round, you can go again, but you got to pay again. Right. So I think we would start it, like, with the quarter. So there was this one weekend. We took my cousin, sorry. We took my cousin that came from El Salvador, right? She was my age. She's my age, actually. And she was new to the United States, right? So since me and her were close in age, siempre se juntaba conmigo. And I always liked having her around because it's just, I thought it was cool to have a cousin that was my age.
Yeah.
Because I only had Pancho, and he's a boy, he would never sleep over. Yeah. So it was cool that with my girl cousin, she could sleep over, So I started hanging out with her a lot. So then we took her to the lake house with my grandparents, because if I went, she was going to go, right?
Yeah.
So then we were with my grandparents. And I wanted to play the game, but I didn't have money. So then I went with my cousin to go steal money from my sister. But I only took 50 cents. Right? But we had already played the day before.
Yeah.
So I wanted to play the next day. So the next day I went and I'm like, let's go take some money from Maria. Like, it's going to be funny. Like, just don't say anything, right?
Yeah.
So then I went into my sister's room at the lake house, was going through her clothes and found the money, like the money she had, which was a lot, right? Because she had won the night before. Pero yo nomás le quité 2 coras. Enough to play 2 rounds when we played later that day. So then when we were about to start playing, my sister's like, somebody stole... Mind you, my sister is fucking dramatic, right? Dramatic. So then I was like...
She was thinking like somebody... It was a burglary or something.
She was blaming me, right?
Right
so
away.
Then she's like... Obviously, because it's my grandparents, my sister, Leo... Me and my cousin.
So like, who's the worst one? Evelyn would do this.
Who's gonna steal my money, right? So then she's like, throwing a fucking fit, dude. She's
over
like
50 cents.
No, mind you, I'm thinking she's having a fit over 50 cents, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just like, she was like, somebody stole my money, da 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 da, and I'm just like, oh my god, like I stole 50 cents. I felt so bad. I'm just like, I'm about to get in trouble because I stole 50 cents from her, you know. And then she's like, somebody stole my money and blah blah blah, and I was like, it wasn't me. And
so scared. It wasn't me, I promise.
Dude, I was so scared. I was scared. And my cousin's like, it wasn't me either. And my grandma's like, pues alguien tiene el dinero porque no se va a ir volando.
Nadie se va a ir de aquí hasta que no encuentremos.
El money's not gonna just walk away, basically, right?
Yeah.
So then I knew my grandma was gonna find out, right? So then what ended up happening is my sister ended up saying, like, all my money is gone.
She had no money.
She had no money.
It was like not only your 50 cents, but somebody stole more, like all of it.
Yeah.
Who? Who stole all of it?
Not me.
Exactly.
But
who?
But when she's talking and saying, I'm just like, in my head, I'm just like,
it was your cousin.
It was my cousin. But it was my fault because I took her.
Un poquito. We're gonna take a little.
Dude, I was like, I took my cousin to go steal money from my sister, but I took 50 cents. I gave her 50 cents, so I just stole like $1, right?
Yeah.
So when my sister's freaking the fuck out that somebody stole her money, I'm just like, this bitch is dramatic. It was just $1.
Down.
It was just $1. 50 cents me, 50 cents my cousin, right? And then when she's like complaining and arguing and getting mad, she's like, oh, my money is gone. And in my head, I'm just like, how is her money gone? I literally only took 50 cents. You know, it was just 50 cents. So then I came clean to my grandma. I told them separately. I told my grandpa and my grandma separately because I did not want to get in trouble. Yeah. So I went to tell my grandpa first because if I had my grandpa, I was good. He was not going to let my grandma get on my ass, right? So I went to go tell my grandpa, well, like, I took 50 cents for Maria. And then he's like, oh, why would you do that? You know, whatever. He's like, you want money, you never steal it. Ask me. Yeah. You know? And I'm just like, okay.
So you went in, you confessed to them before confessing to her.
Yeah. So, because I needed them to back me up. Yeah. If I told my sister, cause she would have whooped my ass, right? Because she's older, you know, and I was scared of her. So then I went to tell my grandma. But when I went to go tell my grandma started going through my cousin's things. Right. Y le encontró el dinero. Le encontró el dinero, dude.
And you didn't have to come clean.
I was like, abuela, le quería decir que, you know, and she's going, and I'm just like talking shit in breaks about to tell my grandma that I like stole money from my sister.
She's over here like, we gotta find this money.
Abuela, le quiero decir que le robé el dinero yo a María. And she's like, ¿tú le robaste el dinero? I'm like, yo no le robé todo el dinero. Yo nada más le robé 50 centavos. Y ya le dije, I'm like, yo traje a mi prima.
Que sea cómplice.
Yo traje a mi prima, let's say my cousin's Erica, because I didn't have a cousin named Erica, but it was an Erica, right? I was like, traje a Erica conmigo porque, like, yo quería dinero. So agarré 50 centavos para mí y le di 50 centavos a ella. Pero yo no sé dónde está el dinero. Like, nosotros no fuimos. Like, yo defendiendo a mi prima Erika. Like, nosotros no fuimos. No sé dónde está el dinero. A lo mejor María lo perdió. No todo. Pero nosotros no fuimos. Nosotros un dólar. Like, you know? Y mi abuela es like, okay, you know, que no tenía que ser mañosa, blah, 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 right? But she's like checking and she ends up finding the money. But I feel like my grandma already knew.
¿Y Erika dónde estaba?
Estaba en el baño.
Bien escondida. She was like, oh.
Estaba en el baño.
She's like finding, she's like, Amma, venga por mí.
Dude, I was like, after that, like, I remember my grandpa was so mad. He's like,
yo no sabía que eres una ratera.
No, like, no le dijo nada a ella, pero I remember que sí le dijo a mi abuela, like he didn't care, like, basically, like, you just don't do that to family, right?
Yeah, like, you're like, I don't care how much it was.
And my sister was just, obviously my sister got her money back, right? But the fucking 50 cents escalated to like a lot more, like, you know. But this whole time I'm like feeling guilty over 50 cents, thinking, damn, well, my sister is really being dramatic over 50 cents, you know. But her whole money was gone. And my cousin Erika ahí toda tranquila, and me over here shitting bricks. Y hasta que se llevó todo el dinero.
That's
y yo
so
defendiéndola.
Wild.
It wasn't us. Dude, I was like, man, but I remember. And my sister got in trouble. She got in trouble because she was calling us rateras, like, you know.
Without even knowing. Without even knowing. No evidence.
So my grandma got on her ass and said,
Yeah.
don't be, you know, calling them shit, you know. If you don't know,
The
maybe
crazy
you misplaced
thing
it.
is, like, your sister will probably forever view you as a ratera. And she'll be like, no, ella es ladrona. Evelyn at her age, una ratera.
Dude, but I told her, and then I confessed to my sister, dude, I'm like, so sorry. Like, I only took 50 cents. I don't know where your money is at, you know. But then my grandma ended up telling her that my cousin Erica stole the money. So, and then my cousin Erica, when I told, and then I'm like, dude, why did you take the money?
Why all of it?
Like,
with your greedy self.
I was like,
why? We wouldn't even need it. We don't need all that.
And then I was like, I remember at some point it was just like, I don't know if it was my mom or my grandma who started telling me, like, you need to stop hanging out with your cousin Erica because le vas a aprender las mañas.
Yeah.
And that's not good. Because she's coming, you know, and like it's different from her upbringing was different from mine,
me, yeah.
you know.
Allá
So-
es el que no tranza no avanza.
Oh shit, you know that one. But yeah.
Allá es el que no tranza no avanza.
Yeah, but I mean, if my dear cousin, if you're listening to this, I mean, I still got love for you. You know, we haven't talked in years, really,
Yeah.
but you know, it's
a
nothing
funny
but,
story.
It's nothing but love, right?
Yeah.
But you know who you are. You know who you are.
Mi cómplice.
Yeah, mi cómplice that almost made me get my ass whooped, and she was just gonna watch me get my ass whooped. Yeah, has that ever happened to you?
Stealing, I can't. I could think of
Well,
like.
I mean, you stole it. They
I
did it on your money too, no?
Yeah, but like
Thief?
I was a thief. They literally wrote it down, thief. But like money, something innocent that then it escalated. I would say just my aunt, because I would steal quarters from her too.
Yeah,
remember?
that's the one. That's the reason why I remember this story.
Yeah,
because I watched that podcast yesterday, and I'm just like, oh my god, why didn't I tell her
Yes. But another story would be like I was skipping school with like I guess my first boyfriend in high school. Mm-hmm. He was like a junior and I was a freshman, right? Mm-hmm. He was like a junior, yeah, and I was a freshman. I met him at the Pulga because I was working at the Pulga when I was in 7th grade. Mm-hmm. So I met him at the Pulga, and then it was so it so happened that we lived in the same neighborhood. We met at the flea market and we started like, you know, not hanging out, but like he gave me his phone number and we were texting and talking, and then we started dating. And he was telling me that he went to Chavez, and I'm like, what? I'm about to go to Chavez, right? Too. I think I was an 8th grader, so I was going to go to Chavez the next year. So in freshman year, he was a sophomore when I was 8th grader. And then when I became a freshman, he became a junior. And I remember that he had a truck, like a little Tacoma or something like that, right? Or it was his dad, but he would drive it to school. And I remember he was the one who was like, yeah, we can skip here. Like, nobody tells you anything. You can just walk out. And he was the one who started like convincing me like it's not scary, it's like not a big deal. So I skipped with him a couple times, and then the second, maybe the third time that we skipped, he took me to his apartment to go pick up some CDs that he was gonna give me, like, you know, like all the ghetto CDs, like Zero, The Crooked, like, you know, SPM CDs. he wanted to put me on, you know what I mean? So
he wanted to teach you.
Yeah, he wanted to teach me his ways. So, okay, we were going to his apartment. I walked into his apartment. It was nothing but piñatas everywhere. Piñatas everywhere. And I was like, what the heck's going on? And he's like, oh, this is like how my mom makes a living. She makes piñatas and sells them. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then I stayed in the living room, and he was in his room getting the CDs. And he's like, no, come, look, let me show you, like, so you can tell me which ones you like. And I was like, all right. So I sat on his bed, right? He was...
Wait, is this the one where you threw his keys in the bayou?
Yes, dude. It escalated so quick. But okay, so I was looking at the CDs, and I don't know, out of nowhere, he's like, look, for me to look over somewhere. And when I looked over, he pinned me down, and he was trying to, like, you know, he was thinking, like, do you like this?
About to get some.
Yeah, he was like, do you like this? And I'm like, no, bro. And I kicked him in the nuts, right? I kicked him in the nuts, and that was my first time driving. I had to figure out how to drive. I was a freshman. So I was like, I just grabbed the keys. I ran outside and I was like, where's the truck? Where's the truck? And I was like, I have to. I didn't even know if you pull it down or it's this one. Like, what are we doing? I was pulling on the little ones that like the blinkers. That's the one I was pulling on. I was like, it's not working.
Have you ever seen the Sweet Life of Second Cody?
Yeah.
You know how it's the London? She's the Plurn or something like that.
No, I haven't seen that.
She doesn't know what it's called. No. So she said that she called it something. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like pulling it and pulling everything, and till I made it work, right? So then, I parked it in Fedorama, and I just like, he was texting my phone, like calling me the B word and like blowing me up, right? The crazy thing that I didn't say on that time, right? That I was like, okay, that's done. I threw the keys on the bayou, and he was blowing up my phone. Well, to walk into school, I didn't know that it was gonna like be a problem.
Oh, because you needed the pass.
Yes, I didn't know it was gonna be a problem to walk back into school.
Oh my God.
So I walk into school, and the officer's like, "Where's your pass? Where's your pass?" And I was like, my mom dropped me off from a dentist appointment. She left right now. I was like, I don't have a phone, like I can't call her. I have my little iPod. And then
is that where he was sending you messages?
Yeah. On the iPod. And so I was telling her like, I don't know. And they were having a pep rally, I remember. So
a pep rally?
So in the gym or whatever. So somebody took the attention out of me, and the officer had to give it to them real quick. And in that moment, I ran inside. Like, I started chopping. I started running inside, and I remember pep rally, right? So go inside the gym. So I ran, and she started chasing after me. As soon as she saw me running, she started chasing after me. Y había un muchacho bien gordote, like really big. And I was like, where do I hide? Like, where do I go? I got in there, and I was like, where do I go? He was in the bleachers. And it was really big, right? No shame to you guys. Like, I don't want to, I was like really small. Like, I'm not talking mess, right? But
what'd you say?
Like, no shame. Like, I don't want to shame none of y'all. Like, there's
no, not the big daddies.
Y'all still look good, right? So I ran, and I was like, all right, cool. He was near the entrance, so I ran and I hid behind him. And I told him, I was like, dude, the officer's looking for me. Can you please hide me? But if you can't, like, like... Did
you really?
I had to, dude. I was like, I was really scared. Like, that was probably going to be, like, the first ticket I was going to get. And,
after so many, probably.
Yes, after so many. That was going to be the first one. So, I stayed there, and I was dug down, and I was like, the officer's looking for me. Her name's Officer Rodriguez. And shout out to her. I don't know if she's still in Chavez. But I was hiding, and the guys were telling me, she's like, he told me, he's like, she's here. She's looking around the bleachers. She's asking people to move. Yeah. Like, she knew what she was doing. Like, she was looking around, and she was asking people to move. And I was caught. She asked them move. She asked them to move. Yeah, I'm over here thought exposed. Yeah.
You got caught.
I got caught. And she's like, come here. Yeah, and I going down the bleachers. All right, cool. So now she puts me in her little office, right? Mm-hmm. She puts me in her office, and she's giving me the whole rundown, like, you're not supposed to be running away from an officer, blah, blah, blah. Like, you're getting a ticket. You're getting written up. You're getting suspended. I'm giving you a ticket. All this, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm over here like, I know, like... I was like, no, dude, like, I cannot go through this right now. Like, trágame tierra, right?
Soy una desgracia para
mi familia. Otra vez. Otra desgracia que cometí. Yeah, so I remember they started doing a food fight in the cafeteria. A food fight started breaking out. No, and they were calling her like, Officer Rodriguez, we need you in the cafeteria because there's a food fight going on, and they had already caught the three kids or the table that started it, and they needed her. And she looked at me, and she's like, I can't believe you're saved. Like, she's like, I can't believe you're gonna get away with it. I can't handle the situation, your situation right now. I gotta go. Yeah, and she let me go.
Dude, you got so lucky. But what about the keys?
So lucky. I don't know. I never knew.
You never saw him again?
I did. I would see him in school. Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know if he found them or not.
So after that day, y'all never talked?
Yeah, we never talked after that date. Mm-mm.
Even he never came up to you?
Never came up to me. He would like make remarks when I would like walk by him. Like,
and he would say like what?
Like he would be like
would he call you names?
No, he'd be like saying like, dang, or you look good or stuff like that. Like, or he would like make like, I don't know, like.
But it's crazy because technically that's like assault, no?
Yeah, like, dang, girl, you look good.
No, I'm saying like what he did.
Yeah, what he did is basically assault. Yeah.
Yeah, because attempted.
But I assaulted him too, hitting him in the butt and then the nuts.
The butt.
I'm thinking about butt because he did one time say something about my butt. While I was like just walking by him, and he turned to look at my butt and he said something about it, right? Mm-hmm. And everybody was like laughing. He's probably like, dang, girl, you're getting flatter by the day. No, he didn't say that. He complimented it, but in a dirty way. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, so that's the only like
thing that, damn, you got lucky. Yeah. Oh, shit, I thought it had turned off.
Yeah, I really did. I got lucky.
I'm glad you. I mean, you had already shared a little bit of like that.
Yeah, I didn't share like.
But then the aftermath. No, I get it because when I would skip and for the lunchtime and I had to go back.
Yeah,
I was such a bitch. Like,
you could come out easily, but to go back in,
it was hard. Yeah. I would have to ask somebody to open the door for me.
Yeah,
you know,
somebody would be like, tell your teacher that you're gonna go to the restroom and come open this door for me.
And I would have to be late. Like, I would show up late, and it's crazy because I would go skip with Roland.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, because Roland was already graduated.
Yeah, he was already graduated.
He graduated early, right?
No, he graduated in 2011, and I was at Chavez 2012, and that's when I graduated. So I was just there 1 year. Yeah. I'm pretty sure me and you were there the same years. Were you in school in 2012? Yeah, because I
graduated 2014, but I was a freshman 2012.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a freshman 2012.
So and then I graduated you are Roland's brother. Y'all are the same class.
Lego. I graduated 2014. He graduated 2014.
2014 and a half. Yeah. Oh, I'm like, why is my phone so hot? Yeah, he graduated over the summer.
No.
Yeah. But so then we were in the same high school for a year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I never seen you. I don't think you ever saw me either.
No, I was always with the football players.
Okay.
Yeah, because I just had like, I would do a lot. So I was like there from like 0 period to the 5 p.m. class. And then I was there Saturdays. Crazy. And then I was taking online classes. Like, I was doing a lot at Chavez.
Because you wanted to graduate early.
Because I wanted to graduate early.
Yeah.
So I was only like a sophomore until October. And then I took the tax at the time. And then I passed and I became a senior.
Wow.
I mean, a junior. I was only a junior for 3 months and then I became a senior.
Oh.
But I still had to do all my credits, you know? So, yeah. So I was always like with, his name was Carlos from like the football team or the baseball team. And I was just with them. I would sit down to eat with them because I was like, all right, well, nobody's going to bother me. You know what I mean? Because he knew I was with Roland. So I was just like, yeah, whatever. Like, I didn't have to. But I knew a lot of people at Chavez, though, because I went to Stevenson. I went to Rucker, you know.
You went to Stevenson? I went to Stevenson, too.
Yeah, I went to Stevenson. I was there for 6th grade, but then I got kicked out. So I had to go to Jackson.
You were bad.
I was not bad. I had really good grades, but just haters, for sure.
Haters made you bad?
Haters wanted to fight me.
Yeah.
Nah, ahí era porque mi mom se peleó con la assistant principal because there's this fight that happened, right? Obviously, I was involved, and I was not even expected. It was a Friday, and I didn't even expect to fight, you know?
So you think you got removed from the school because your mom started beefing with somebody in there?
No, it was more because my mom, you know, went at it with the AP because she's like, how are you going to suspend her
That's what
and
I'm
not
saying.
her, you know? Yeah. But, yeah, that's probably why. So my mom ended up moving me to
another school,
to Jackson, which was way worse, you know. You know, at Jackson C, they wanted to press charges on me. Yeah.
What?
And because of a fight. But we can get into details about my fight in another episode.
Yeah, because I'm like, you were not likable at all then.
No, I was likable, really. But it was just one of those...
or you were not a quiet girl. You were not the type of girl like to just like
I had my
and mind your business. You didn't mind your business.
I had the cool friends.
Yeah, you talked to everybody.
I talked to everybody.
And maybe a lot of people were like, why is she talking to everybody?
Yeah, and then there's just it was just that little clique of girls that were just not cool with this clique of girls, and if I was cool with them, then it was a problem, you know. But to me, it's like, I don't care. I'm cool with anybody. You know? I mean, I'm just super friendly, you know. So yeah. And then it was just too because of like the boyfriends and shit. At Stevenson, it wasn't even my problem just to even to go there. It wasn't even my problem.
You would just somehow get in.
I was just trying to stop the fight. Mm-hmm. And then somehow I'm the one who ended up fighting, you know, because I always had the mentality like, I'm not.
No me voy a dejar. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a P, you know, so I'm going to fight you whether you're big or not, you know. So that's how that happened. And that's why my mom was like, well, she didn't start it. But she ended it, you know.
When I was in high school, I witnessed two of my very close friends from high school fight. And I tell you, it was the most brutal fight that I've ever seen. Like, brutal. Like, I'm talking about, like, they don't pull hair. These girls do not pull hair. You know, like, these girls really fight with their fists. And, like, wherever it lands, like, they were fighting each other on their face, dude. Like, they came out with knots on their faces.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why they were going to press charges on me at Jackson.
Dude, I'm like, brutal fights. I'm like, what the heck? Como animales. I mean, they ended up becoming friends again, but no, that's crazy.
Let me just put it like this so we can, you know, wrap it up. I think the one that they wanted to press charges on me, I'm not even kidding you. I don't know. I think it was just me really dealing with my grandparents recently passing away at the time.
El coraje que tenías.
I had so much anger inside of me. Yeah. Like, so much. This girl really me estaba buscando, you know, like, de veras, you know. I was like, man, I don't got time for this girl. So, basically, I ended up, like, all right, literally, I was on my phone just... I'm not even going to go into details about this fight, but just know I banged the girl's head on the concrete. Yeah, and then to stop me, to
kill her.
To get me off of her, one of my guy friends...
Did you black out while you were fighting her?
I don't remember. I remember when it was happening, so I don't think I blacked out. But I know that I was super pissed. I just knew that I had so much anger in me. Like, I remember being angry. Yeah. And I remember, like, for me to get taken off of her, my guy friend had to, like... picked me up and threw me in the car, and then they took off. And I remember
dejaron with her friends or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, were her little.
And then I just went home, and then his mom was like, "Why are you fighting? You're too pretty." Like, but I didn't have anything on my face. But then the next day, the mom showed up. She wanted to press charges because the girl was fucked up. Wow. But they didn't press charges on me, though. The school didn't let them. Yeah. Because they were like, it happened outside of school. We have witnesses. Your daughter started it. Because we did have witnesses, you know. So, but yeah, that was my brutal fight. But with that being said, let's wrap it up. Going over what we talked about, you know. What was the first segment about?
I don't know, but I know the second. I beat you at the second. Think about the first one.
What was the notes? What did your notes say?
They were that you had started working. Did you talk about?
No, we didn't talk about that. I don't know, guys, but basically, you know.
Oh, we were talking about me.
Oh, we were talking about you and
about your hair and my hair. Yeah, we were talking about
you're right. Short-term memory over here. But yeah, we were talking about her hair, guys. You know, the gun situation. Guns are no joke. Don't play with them, for sure. Like, you know, it's just something.
Keep them in a safe spot.
Yes, keep them away from babies. Don't joke with them, even if you're drinking. That's just not something to play with.
I think even if you go to ¿cómo se dice? Like a department of officers, like their local officer department, offices? Yeah. And you ask if they can give you the little cage where you keep guns safe.
Oh, like a safe box?
Yeah.
They'll give you
one, yeah.
Oh, well, good information to know. And then we talked about some, you know, small problems escalating to something really big. And overall, guys, we hope y'all enjoyed this episode. Do not forget to send y'all's anonymous stories because we really enjoy reading them. And if you sent your story, you know, and we read it, we talked about it today. Thank you so much. It was a beautiful story, beautiful ending, and it made me remember and appreciate, life, and appreciate the people that God has placed in my life, you know. So thank you for that. And other than that, thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us. Peace.
Bye.